We say the man are ready?
Yeah, man.
Alright. Yeah, Speakers Corner Roundup part 2, you get me? We here, man. This time man got Jedi in the cut as well, you get me? Raspect, Jedi. Yeah, so yeah, you know, you see how the first one went, it was just a random thing. Man just link Raspect because man had certain things man had to talk about, you get me? But I thought let me make a thing of it, you get me? Cause I'll go on, it's good to get a little synopsis of what's been happening at Speakers Corner and surrounding it, you get me, sir? The man them set off the thing, man. What man want to talk about? What's happening? What's been happening last week?
Jed.
You know, innit? Go on.
Yo, set us up.
Man, I'm moving to like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're the one that asks all the good questions.
Yeah. The first thing what man remember is it's obviously Zakariah got the Shahada, you get me? That was a major event in Speakers Corner history. You get me? But what I analysed from that on the following week, like last week, is when I don't know if you've seen that Usain video where he made with Zakariah. See it?
Yeah, on Digital Dawa.
Yeah, Dawa Digital.
I like that video.
Yeah, it's like he was saying that the man them, some people was trying to like parade him around and use him like some puppet show, you get me, where you can just brag and boast about, look what we done.
Yeah.
You get me? Like
publicity stuff.
Like he was on the thing of, nah man, I have to take the thing serious. Like, you know what I mean? No joke, you get me? I'm supposed to take the thing serious, man, trying to be scoring points and all that stuff. What's the eyes them view on that?
Boy, I didn't really see none of that. I think I see the thing about the Zach guy taking his Shahada. In fact, I saw the little clip of it. But where it don't mean nothing to me, I don't really care. To be honest with you, innit? I don't really care what anyone's doing, who's Shahada. But I think it was explained to me earlier something about they sent him to go and debate some Christians that he used to be cool with them or whatever, I don't know. And whatever, it's all, I don't know, it's all immaturity and that, but for me, it's sad because, well, it's not sad, but I mean, if he's genuinely changed his mind, then that's cool. Like, he was a Muslim that turned Christian and went back to Muslim, yeah?
Yeah, he was raised a Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, became Muslim, was promoting Dawah, and, you know, Allah is one God. Then became Christian. Okay. And was in the park saying, you know, Prophet Muhammad is a false prophet.
Now gone back to Muslim again.
No, but it's not even the fact that he became Christian. Yeah, Prophet Muhammad is a false prophet, full conviction, with full conviction. So imagine if I came to the park and I just, you know, judged my life based upon that experience with him, and I went back to Caribbean or somewhere. Right now, I'll get hellfire just because of the conviction that he gave me. So that's where my problem is, because now he's come back on Islam with the same conviction. That he's got the truth now, and these people are false now. But this
is the problem. This is the problem with trusting men, though.
Yeah,
men are fallible,
100%.
and men are allowed to change their mind.
Trust.
The thing is, when you change your mind and you proclaim, "I've changed my mind, and this is the truth," and then you change it again, and then you do it again. I think for us, or for me, it just reminds me of the boy who cried wolf analogy. So if anything, if you want to be taken credible, if you care about, because you shouldn't really care if you're credible. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
Trust me, 100%.
But if, like, I don't know, like, I think we all change our mind all the time 100%. About things. If you want to change your mind, whatever, it don't concern me. I don't even get why people care.
As I said, cause me, I'm a man, I ain't religious neither, you get me? Like, I ain't got no purpose of going down Speakers Corner other than to observe human psychology and human behavior, you get me? So, as like I said, when I see the video of like, I was intrigued that he used to be a Christian at the Muslims, and then now he's a Muslim. You get me? Like I'm trying to calculate what was going through his mind that made him go from banging out against Islam and Muslims to being one. You get me?
And it's not even
So I'm trying to work out the psychology behind it, and then on top of that, like Hussein was saying in the video, fam, he's got man who's just trying, like, don't really even considering that aspect of the thing, and just looking at it like, we got opportunity to rub something in the Christian's face, you get me? Like mocking the thing, you get me?
Yeah.
So that was my interest in it.
If you're talking about spirituality and you're talking about your soul and your belief in God and whatnot, I don't think there's a way to score points over no one.
100%.
So whether you're I just don't care.
No, enough money is serious.
I don't care whether he's Christian or Muslim, you get me? My main thing is, when Zakariah was a Christian, I have never heard him profess anything to do with consciousness, to do with, you know, building and, you know, knowledge of self and, you know, building up the culture, the community and the society around him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now he's a Muslim, I haven't heard that. You understand? So me, I don't really, like, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, it doesn't matter to me. It's about your liberty. You get me? Cause
some of the following demons,
Muslim,
some of the following angels.
Yeah, some of yeah. But Zakariah, I just feel like obviously Zakariah's had his own, he's had his own personal issues, you get me? I don't want to go into it because I respect the brother, you get me? But he's got his own personal things that a guy had happened in life, and he's got his own things where he's a vulnerable person. He's not...
Okay, I've never met him, I don't know.
Okay, well...
to be honest, it does sound like there's some vulnerability.
Yeah, 100%, because even my main thing is, like, okay, you become Muslim again, but my thing is, don't force the thing, innit? So, man says, alhamdulillah, at least 100 times, during one speech, you get me, fam, where you got Arab Muslims in the park and they don't feel the need to say it so much. You get me? So I feel like there's definitely like an obsession right now. It's like it's a bit obsessive. You get me?
Yeah, but let's not be obsessed about his obsession.
Yeah.
Get me?
Yeah.
So
Boom. That's that one. Then
feel me.
Talk about the debate that you had with Hussein. Talk about
the
Hussein debate.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a debate, I don't want to debate.
I'm not a debater, so I'm not here to debate.
Yeah, pardon me, slip of the tongue, because you never seen me put debate in my thing. Maybe back in the early days, but I take a debate to me like a man's going to study this thing. You decided the subject, a man's going to study this thing, the next man's going to study this thing. You got your key points, and you come to the table and you debate out your points in it. I'll say your discussion then what you was having.
The discussion.
What's your take on it and the feedback that man's been getting after?
Alright, there's two takes on it. First is take being part of it, whatever. Like I had fun, didn't it? It was funny chatting with man, and like I don't know. I just thought it was a good conversation. Obviously, I see that Hussein had to make like a couple corrections to the things he said to me. I think that's a good look for him, because obviously that's what he needs to do in his religion. What I would say is that he's fortunate that he can send his kind of covering letter with it, and you allowed him to put it on, because next man will be like, or he might not even have contact with a man. And what you said, so you obviously need to be mindful if you've got someone over you that's going to tell you off. If you get told off for saying the wrong thing,
he said he got told off.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get told off. Because I feel like, obviously he's in a circle and maybe people are very judgmental of him particularly, or Islam or whatever. So for me, I say my thing, I get judged. Yeah. But I can't make myself look bad, if that makes sense. It's just like, right, Jedi chatted shit there, or Jedi got it wrong.
He said his thing. So let me just jump in. He said his thing, the reason how come he made that correction is because you don't really care about the trolls and all of that, you get me? Otherwise, I kind of hear what he's saying in that sense, because otherwise, he would have protested to take the video down, you get me? He didn't say that. It was more of a thing of he didn't want people who's Muslim to see what he's saying
and repeat it,
and repeat those errors as if it's correct teaching. You get me?
I hear that. But then he could have cleaned up. From my understanding of watching it with another Muslim, there was a lot more errors in that, apparently, to their opinion, which I don't know how subjective Islam is. Obviously, they follow a set of rules, but to their opinion, there was other mistakes there. So obviously you have to clear up everything. Whatever. Anyway, cool. That's all good. Like, it was just fun, innit? And I'm what's the word? Grateful to be part of that discussion. And I learned a lot from him and from the response and the comments and blah blah blah. I've actually learned some things and given me things to go and look into.
What do you mean?
I feel like one of the reasons why he had to make that video is because I think it goes back to some of the things we've been speaking about. Because I feel like he's got more pressure on him being a black Muslim representing Islam. I feel like he might feel like there's more, because that's like, you get me? I don't feel like there's a lot more people in the park that, like would Ali Dawa, if he says something wrong, I don't know if he's gonna worry as much as like Hussein was worrying, you get me, and wanted to make sure he cleared up. But I feel like,
for what reason? What type of pressure?
I feel like when you're a black Muslim, I feel like there's more scrutiny on you, innit? You get me? I feel like Hussein's got a lot of scrutiny coming his way, so I feel like I understand why he'd make that video, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like sometimes they just, you get me, the people in the comments try to tear you up You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they tear you up, and like obviously he's trying to represent the thing, so I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But my thing was more interesting is what happened with on your page.
Yeah. So basically, like what I like to do is like after a couple of days of it being up on the main uploader, if it's content with me, and I like to make sure that I get all the content that's involved, that I'm involved in one place. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So no disrespect to the brothers, but more time I will copy the thing and let man know that I'm gonna put it on my
Jedi puts it on his channel before it's up on my thing.
Shit,
I don't know how he does that still.
But I put it up on my thing, and I changed the thumbnail, I edited it, put a little Street Fighter thing on it with the like energy bar on it. Do you know what I mean? And I called it I'm fucking you up. Because basically I said that bare times in the debate, jokingly, I'm fucking you up. So I said I'm fucking you up in quotation marks. Then I read Jedi and Hussein discuss Islam or blah 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 blah. And then obviously he got pissed. He come on my page talking about I'm two-faced, I'm a coward, and whatnot. Obviously I feel like he was upset. Maybe he was getting I'm not sure what situation he's in, but it felt like to me, my opinion is that he was getting roasted by fellow Muslims for whatever the video was about, and he felt that maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back in terms of me putting up the Street Fighter thumbnail, which I thought was the whole thing is light-hearted. The whole video, the whole conversation is light-hearted. So for me, if you know Jedi, like it's just jokes, innit? But he seemed offended, so I changed the title for him. I weren't gonna change the thumbnail because I like the thumbnail. Get me? But I changed the title because for me, honestly, I don't need to have any title with fucking it. Even though I deleted out the what did I delete out? The C. So it was FU*K. But for me, as a channel and a content provider, I feel like, you know what, Jeds, you don't even need to have that in there. So I just changed it to Brothers for Life. Okay. You get me? Because it don't really. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter to me. But like
I feel like he's definitely, that sounds like he's a bit oversensitive. To the reality. You get me? And I feel like sometimes, when we're talking about the spirituality and what we're dealing with, what we got to deal with, is like the Most High in ourselves. Like, because sometimes we're worrying about how we look. So he might be watching it thinking, this looks bad. Do you get me? Like he might be thinking from that paradigm. You get me? But end of the day, man shouldn't be thinking from that paradigm. Man, it's this internet world, like it's worth nothing, fam. Cause man's in the real world. Man was just building, having a conversation. It's just a little bit of joke here and there.
Yeah, my intent is humour. My intent is humour, not dishonour. That's all I can say. So for me, it's funny to me, innit? When I'm saying, I'm fucking you up, like I know he's keep saying, well, how are you fucking me up? You're not making me.
Can I say something objectively?
No. When I was saying,
I get anxiety, so now my heart's beating and I'm gonna pass out.
But when I was saying what I was saying, it was like a joke, a banter thing. So I don't know. Obviously, I don't really know who's saying like that. But what I do know is some brothers can't take jokes. You know that, innit, Raspect?
I feel like this goes back to, and I don't wanna like take it back to Sarah. I think the sister wants to say something as well. But I don't wanna take it back to Sarah and that, But obviously we know that Sarah hasn't been coming to the park for whatever with the Muslims. You get me? And me, I don't have to always agree with Sarah's way or whatever, but I do agree with freedom of speech, and I don't think anyone, no matter who they are or where they're from, should feel like they can't come to the park for any reason. And one of the main things that he was saying is that Muslims are oversensitive when you're questioning Islam. Do you know what I'm saying?
For me,
and like, I feel like the conversation with you wasn't disrespecting Islam. You wasn't trying to make people, because one thing Hussein felt the need to tell you 100 times is, I'm not going to leave Islam, but you don't want him to leave Islam. We have no intentions for him to leave Islam. So I didn't understand that, but I feel like that because you wasn't disrespecting no one, you were just busting jokes, but there was still an oversensitiveness to that. So that might even speak to some of the stuff that Sarah's even been saying, where there's an oversensitive, you know what I'm saying, feeling when man just questioning. It's not, and we're not, and the main thing Muslims have to know is no matter what we question, we can't change the deen. So we can't change the fact that if you wake up in the morning and you pray 5 times a day and you keep a clean heart like no matter if they prove the Quran, the Hadith, no matter what they prove, they can't prove that to be wrong. So the discussions we're having are irrelevant where your actual religion is concerned, on a spiritual level, you understand? But we're just trying to understand the actual theological level. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to...
For me personally, I just want to make clear that I don't care about anyone's religion enough for me to wake up and be like, I want to go and question Islam. What actually happened is, I'm standing at the park, chilling like a normal brother, like I'm looking for Raspect and say, right, I just want to link up the man there and have a little chat and see what's going on, observe some debates and get some footage from my own channel. And then Hussein comes to me and wants to talk to me, and then we're just chatting and having a convo, and then content literally just put his camera up, start filming. So I don't want man to think that I don't care about Islam like that. Not in a bad way, not in a good way. I just don't care. There's not enough hours in the world for me to wanna try and break down everyone's religion. So I just want to make clear, it was a conversation between two people. He took it down a religious route, and then content came and filmed. So I'm not there to try and break down Uno's religion or whether it's Christian. Honestly, more time when we start getting into religion, like even right now, we're all chatting and I start getting bored, bruv. Content, I'm not the guy for all of that. Like I'm not here for anyone's like it's too, bruv. You know what, fam? Let me. Can I ask something, please, content?
Most definitely. You just did, fam.
For most of us, that don't subscribe to a particular Abrahamic faith, we seem to be talking as, and I'm going to use the term black people, melanated people, African heritage, whatever you don't want to call yourself, as us people that seem to be here talking Speaker's Corner. There's so much focus on Islam, I don't really understand why. I don't get it.
You know why, let me tell you why, because the demographic of the park.
Yeah, but like, why do you have to be swayed by the demographic? Like, just
no, it's not even about being swayed.
Look how much things we got to talk about, and we're talking about Islam again.
It's for example, like obviously he's just doing the Speaker's Corner roundup. But like that's the news I'm speaking about now. But like, man, go to the park, man, speak about loads of stuff, but then sometimes it's just what's captured. And the thing is, 90% of the time, because there's Muslims, Muslims normally will take you down the road of
religion. Okay,
you understand? So like this is why, because obviously that's a very highly populated Muslim area. So like 90% of the people, 80% of the people more time are Muslim at the
park. I think we need to do better to be more diverse in the conversations.
I personally feel like we need to stop talking about religion and get more onto community and politics. Because the religion talk is like, unless it's about spiritually, unless it's about common ground. See if it's about understanding the spiritualness of the religion and gaining some wisdom and bettering oneself and getting closer, and me learning more about what you believe, Ma'aki, and Ma'aki learning what the Christian believes, and us really actually growing spiritually. I ain't got no issue with that, brother. You get me? But the actual battling of like this war thing, I'm not in it. You get me?
It's obviously the most it's the content that has the most pull is, I suppose, religious debates or one person's religion getting debunked or blah blah blah. That's what seems to be the people that are interested in Speaker's Corner. But maybe if you open up Speaker's Corner to a bigger demographic or people that are interested in other subjects, other things, then you can get a more rounded thing.
It's not the one thing that is a common ground at the Speaker's Corner, and I've never
go over there, sister.
I've never been to the Speaker's Corner myself, but I've heard about it, so therefore it's come into my life somehow. Now, from where I'm sitting, and respect to what you said, respectfully yourself as well, but it's the one common ground that we all have, no matter what we believe in, that we believe in something. Now, to me, it's like, I'm a Rastafarian. You can be a Muslim, you can be a Jew, you can be an atheist, but I have to respect that's your belief. Unless I want to learn more, like you said, about what you believe, not why you believe it, just what you believe it, and I can get a deeper understanding about it, then there's not much to be discussed.
Yeah, you're all true, man. It's unprofessional, fam. It could be a thing.
There's not much to be discussed. On the way here in the car, remember I said to you, can I say something objectively? I stopped on the way through because what you were talking about drew my attention. Now, on the way here in the car, my friend of 20 years said to me, she said, when did you start growing your locks back? So I said, it's been about 10, 14 months now. She said, but you know what? you got to get them sister locks, you know, you got to make sure you got them fleeky locks, you know. I said to her, pull your car up. I said, that's disrespect, brethren. I said, what do you mean I've got to get sister locks? Oh, my lip was shaking, brethren. And do you know what? That wasn't about religion. That was about respect of my liberty and understanding. And what's going on right now is this fashion about being black. Menalin's a fashion. Having dreadlocks is a fashion. For me, it's my liberty. You understand? The journey I'm going through with my hair right now, it's a myth. Yeah, but every day I wake up, I see more of myself in the mirror. Do you understand? That's my journey. Unless you understand it, don't disrespect it. Do you know? Even
sorry, sis. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to cut you. Yeah. You see when you say we must be respectful to each other. How do you define that respect there? What you're talking about?
I will define that quite simply. I will define that quite simply. To respect what somebody else believes is to look in the mirror. And for me to respect what a Jew believes, and for me to respect what a Christian believes, and I can go on and on, it means I have to understand what faith is. And faith is to believe in something that is not provable, something you cannot see, something you cannot touch, something you cannot count. Yeah, and as long as I respect that you believe that the same as I believe that, we can find a common ground in religion.
So about people who don't believe that?
And people who don't believe have to respect that they don't believe, and I
that
have
is
to
their
respect
belief, though.
the fact
that
their
they don't
belief
believe
is that they don't believe.
That's what they believe in. The fact there's nothing.
You know, we always.
No, that's an absence. I'll say that's an absence of belief.
No, but I say they still believe in science.
To believe is a proactive thing.
They believe in science. They believe in nature. They got to believe in something. Everyone believes in something.
Yeah, but we were talking about respecting people's belief who believe.
If you say
something
you don't have
without
a religion, okay, and you do not have a religion, I have to respect that. I'm not. What am I going to do? Force my religion upon you? As long as you don't try to condemn my religion, live your life. Do you know, this is, I got this peace and love energy in me, and it's a thing whereby you can see I get shaky and I get passionate about things because I'm sick of the hate. It's like everything we try and do, there's got to be a problem.
Come on.
You know, I can't deal, brethren. I can't deal with it no more. We're Muslim. You see the guy you're talking about who was become a Muslim. You see when people find different religions, it's journeys and paths on life. You don't know what that brother was going through. He might have been homeless and shoeless, and he found Allah. Yeah, and he might not have found all the facts correctly, but he's trying to stand up and he's trying.
No, but that brother was a different thing.
Fair enough. I don't know the facts, so I'm just trying to speak generically. I don't know this person.
If someone converting for the better is good, you get me? Like Hussein, for example. Hussein used to be a criminal. You get me? Hussein was out as a criminal. He come out of jail. So, like someone like Sarah would say, "Oh yeah, Islam makes these people violent." Yeah, but if Sarah met Hussein 10 years ago, I think Hussein and Sarah would have already had a fight. Do you get me? Because coming out of jail with that mentality, you get me? But whereas Hussein's embraced what he believes to be pure Islam, you get me? It's actually bettered Hussein to the point where he might more seek peace, where he might want to fight. But what's the next topic though, Carl? Jedi's got a duck.
And plus I got a duck and I don't care about none of these, man. I don't care.
Just a round up still. Just a round up. Things just been happening.
Is there anything else that's been going on in Speaker's Corner you want to touch on?
In and around Speaker's Corner still, yeah, Carl. You see like how you even made that video of Hussein. Before you made that, I don't know if I'm noticing things that ain't really there or if it is that. But it seemed like you had a lot of support from the Muslims because you used to come at Kemet. And me personally, I never looked at you as you coming at Kemet. I looked at it as you asking questions about things you don't understand that's around you, innit? That's how I looked at it. You get me, sir? It's just that you didn't get around to asking questions about Islam yet. Okay. So I saw you was getting a lot of support. But after that, after that debate there, I see certain people in the comments, I ain't gonna say they're Muslims because I don't know their faith. But they've been coming at you still.
Honestly, I don't know whether people have been quote unquote coming at me or not. I don't really know.
You don't read the comments?
Less and less. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Less and less. I don't really care about what people's opinions are or what they, because. Like for instance, I said to you earlier, I feel like the people in the comment section, what I'm starting to realise is that's the worst section of society.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just what normal people think. But when they're behind
there's some good people there.
There's some good people. Yeah, of course there is. Of course there is. So they will never feel offended by me saying that.
100%.
Because they're good and balanced.
Come on.
But there's some people that I just feel like I don't really want to associate. I don't want to spend time talking about. I don't want to interact with. If you come on my channel and start saying whatever rare, I give you a little freedom, and then afterwards I lock you off because I don't even want to have to get the notification that you're saying this nonsense or whatever. I just like there's just I don't know, bruv. There's too much sickness. I feel like if you let these people have contact with you and whatever, then you're gonna get sick like them. So I just don't really feel it, bruv. The religiously obsessed people, the people obsessed with race and hatred and division and obsessed with just spouting whatever profanities they can do like they're a child, and like I just like all of that is a big draw of energy, a big waste of time. And if you like what I'm saying and you're supporting it and you want to build and I'm down. If you wanna say Roger, you're chatting shit, but when you start talking about this and that and going into and leaving big paragraphs, like who's gonna read a big paragraph on the comment? That's when people got this mad inflated idea of their self-importance. If you really want to test whether what you're saying people care about, go start a channel, talk about the things you want to talk about, and see the reaction you get. See how much people watch and how much people and that's it. That's all you got to do. But the whole long tirades on.
Do you get a lot of anger from America? Recently, I've been noticing myself. I've been getting quite frighteningly racist comments on and it's shocked the shit out of me. Pardon my language.
Do you know what it is?
Like it's even on your page on Step C's, it's like Step C number 5. Some of the things that they say, I'm not exposed to that kind of racism. So it's like
what I would say is this, for everybody that's interested in. Look, just be careful, This is why I feel like, you know what? We have to go back to a point where maybe don't even read comments. Like I think I'm on this thing that I might even just start looking off comments. But what is the point of the comments, Because it just gives people access, because there's people that are paid to use trigger words. So for instance, they go about using abusive, racially stigmatized, racially charged language, and we're taking that in as members of society. Remember, this is social network, so this is a network of society. You're taking it in, and that's subliminally going in. Subconsciously, you're eating up all that disgusting energy. Like Mama spoke about last week. If you take a positive word and you put it on a bottle of water, and you take a negative word, you put that on a bottle of water, it will affect the water in different ways. So where you are, however many percent, 70% plus water in your system, water in your system, then I feel like if you're taking in negative shit, that shit's gonna. So all these comments that you're reading where people are being racist and it's time to stop looking at them things. And we shouldn't even be looking at comments. We should be linking up and talking in the flesh and talking to each other. If you're reduced to just commenting and just then you're lost. Get out there and talk to people in your community and make changes in your community. All this cyberspace where it's not even real. Like forget about that.
I slightly find these. Well, you gotta go in it.
I gotta go, but
I just think this round up and quickly.
Sorry, man. Peace and love, brothers.
No, that's good.
If you got content over everything done, subscribe.
So basically, so you're asking about when me and Jedi. I remember when me and Jedi debated, I was busting up when I was reading the comments. There was obviously, and when I'm talking, my real Akis know obviously there's real Muslims. And then obviously there's Muslims, but they're humans and they're infallible, just like everyone else, just like a Rasta, just like anyone else. But it seems like there's a high percentage, because even when I debated Jedi, there was a high percentage of people in that debate that asked, is he Muslim? Doesn't matter if he's Muslim. It doesn't matter if he's Muslim or Jedi. Remember when I debated Jedi, there was loads of comments and people just wanted to know if he's Muslim. So it was like, if he was, like they were supporting him, because he's debating Raspect. You get me? I clocked. A lot of my haters, they was, but the last thing they wanted to know, to know whether they could really rally the troops behind him, was he Muslim? You get me? So I found it funny when a lot of them people who was on his side, when the video came out of Hussein, a lot of them were now commenting against him. You get me, fam? And that's hypocritical. You get me? It's either you like Jedi for who he is, whether he's Muslim, Christian, Jew. It's like we're judging people based upon the labels that they give, and that's one of the worst things. I don't rate someone because they say they're Rasta. You see, when you say you're Rasta, you're gonna be under more scrutiny around me than anyone else. The Muslims can do what they want. We can nam the pork, that's cool, blood. I'll tell you shouldn't do it, but I'm not really gonna. But if a Rasta man comes round, man, with some bacon son, I'm gonna slap it out of his hand. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but it seems like there's a mentality that people think that someone having the same label as them makes them more alike. And we know that is not true in our everyday lives. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people with different. I've got people that give themselves different labels, and I love them to the core. And I roll with them every day over someone that calls himself Rasta but is not living the liberty. Then there's people that that give themselves the label Rasta and man can't deal with them at all, fam. You get me? And I'll roll with someone else. You get me? So my thing is about righteousness. You get me? And I feel like that's what we got to deal with. And with the comments thing, like what Jedi said, if it affects you, definitely don't watch them. For me, like there's a way to try. I feel like there's also a way to transform energy though. You get me? So I can't lie. When I'm reading those negative comments, it's like it gasses me. It's like, yes, can I just annoy these people a little bit more in this one? Like, can I just annoy you people in the comments? Can you just write a little more, another nigga? Can you write another one, please? Just for me. Thank you. What's his name? What's our favourite guy, man? Horizon. Yeah, write another one. You get me? Because you're just exposing yourself. You get me? And you really inspire me. It's you haters that inspire me to keep on going. Because you see, if no one hates you, yeah, then you ain't doing nothing, innit? You get me? If you ain't got no haters, it means you ain't popping, innit? When people start hating on you, it means you're actually making a change and making an effect, you get me? And another thing about the haters is, what I realised is when I see one hater comment, like there is obviously the point of view that digs into you, but you see the love just is worth 1,000 more than that. Like the love will always conquer hate. Remember that waste, man. Yeah, before you type the thing, remember that love will always conquer hate. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, when people throw love at man, I give them love back in double, you get me? But even when they throw hate at man, I ain't got hate inside me to give back to you. You get me? So all I can give you is love, but sometimes that love is fire. Content over everything. Subscribe.
Don't know.
Weekly roundup, fam.
It's done.
Roundup, you get me?
Alright then.
Alright.
We are.
But
imagine that, came there and bumped into you.
That's what I'm saying.